popcorn. We are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me, and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Medium popcorn. Woo! You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault.
Hey folks, it's your host Brandon Collins.
Guys, and it's Justin Brown.
And we're here with a special edition of Me and Popcorn Niggas Spoiling Movies. Yeah, Justin, what you usually say, oh God, the speaker keeps going up. You usually say like, hey, something like, like, why you just staring at me?
No, I'm just waiting for you to finish your thought, Brandon. Go ahead, man.
Well, we got some special guests.
What's wrong with you? Why are you so weird, Brandon? Just be a person.
Especially when we have guests, I always get all nervous. I'm in the corner right now. I feel like y'all mad at me.
You know these people. Like, what's wrong with you?
My bad, everybody. But yeah, oh sorry, our mixer keeps going now. I blame Justin.
Right. Yeah, now, you can blame me if you want. You're a mess.
So yeah, we have our friends from Pete's Basement and also Greg Harmon from Breaking Nerd News. I keep wanting to call it Black Nerd News. I think it's still working, man.
I mean, we can do both. We'll make a T-shirt next week.
Yeah.
But representing Pete's Basement, we got Pete DeLuca and Lisa Alvarado.
What's up, everybody? Happy to be here.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, guys.
Thank you so much for coming. So before we talk about Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, which is one of my favorite Batman films of all time. It's like right below Dark Knight and Mask of Phantasm. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about the Sony Marvel thing that's going on right now.
Oh, God.
And the Spider-Man shit that's popping off because I get both sides. I really do. I get both sides in regards to business. I get both sides in regards to like creative license and what they want to do with the character. But where do y'all stand, especially as people that kind of have your ear to the ground of what the industry is whispering about, like with this conflict right now?
As far as I'm concerned, if Sony could make a competent Spider-Man movie, and I'm not counting Into the Spider-Verse, it was animated, totally different ballgame. You're free to do a lot more with animation. But Amazing Spider-Man 2 was basically eye AIDS. It was fucking terrible. Sorry.
Hashtag #IAIDS.
Amazing Spider-Man was okay. I'll leave that in the middle somewhere. I could have done without that ridiculous ass skateboarding scene, but maybe that relates to millennials and hipsters and shit. I don't know. But regardless, and Spider-Man 3 we just don't talk about.
No.
The other two, Spider-Man 1 and 2 I thought were good. But that said, Sony doesn't have the best track record. At best, they break even for Spider-Man films.
Yep.
I've enjoyed all of the MCU ones. So in my eyes, that makes Disney the good guys here. I don't care what they want as far as monetary concerns. We've heard rumors of 50%, then no, it was 30%, this and that, but then they also wanted to pay 30%. Just there's billions upon billions of dollars to be made. Both companies need to stop their shit and just come to an agreement. And I've heard that they're getting closer. Nobody's that stupid to completely dead this deal in the water.
Tom Holland's playing it smart. He's not saying like, "Oh, fuck Sony" and everything.
Right.
He's like, "I'm excited to keep playing this character and excited to see the directions we going." But I think between the public backlash towards Sony as well as everything else that's going on, they're definitely he's definitely exploring his options because I heard that he has an option he doesn't have.
I think he's on contract for 2 more films, I believe, or as the character. Not even for the films, but for 2 more years of the character. And also, kudos to Tom Holland because in the past, we've known that he can get pretty
mouthy,
yeah, and just give a lot of shit up. So I think he's playing it smart and just not saying shit right now.
Yeah, I mean that's what he has to do because he needs to protect the bag. He needs to protect the bag as just an actor, and as we know with the movie business, people get blackballed all the fucking time. Mm-hmm. Keanu Reeves was blackballed for 10 years. Yeah, so you don't want to fuck up and end up. He's such a young actor. To get blackballed for a decade, and they will blackball him over this shit.
But see, here's the thing though. He was literally in a actor's quagmire. He signed for Sony for 2 possible blockbuster movies with Spider-Man and with Uncharted. So
I forgot about Uncharted. Yeah.
He he wanted to leave, but he theoretically could not leave because of the bag.
Yeah.
So this weekend at D23, him and Kevin Feige separately in the same room had an interview with Entertainment Weekly, and he said, "Yes, I'm going to play the character for the next movie. He's in for the next movie. He opted in because he had no other choice to secure that bag for Uncharted. Now, that being said, John Watts is out, and guess what happened over the weekend? Kevin Feige called John Watts to see if he wants to direct one of the Marvel movies.
Yep.
And they're talking right now.
Yeah.
The only thing Sony can do, I think, to save like everyone being like, this is going to be a shit show, and this is going to be really hard for them to do because they already have a huge development deal. Phil and Lord, you get them to write and direct it, and that's the only thing that can, like, for me as a fan of their work, would give me to kind of like give them the benefit of the doubt.
Well, can I just, if I just say this, it's just like, if Spider-Man isn't in the MCU, Sony, don't come and talk to me. Because when it really comes down to it, Tony Stark is like fucking the Uncle Ben of this Spider-Man. So you can't make a Spider-Man movie without referencing fucking Tony Stark, without referencing everything that just fucking happened with Endgame and things like
Biggest
that.
cliffhanger in all of MCU, essentially.
Red was just saying, you know, 'cause he's been talking about it a lot. But Red's been saying, is he supposed to just pretend none of that happened? The snaps never happened to him?
Yeah.
That seeing Tony die in front of him has never happened? It just has so much to do with his character right now, even as the Spider-Man character.
But see, here's the thing though, and it's going to sound really fucked up to say, but if there was any franchise that would pull this shit off, it would just destroy it. Spider-Man has the freaking rogues gallery to actually pull this off somewhat, because they're so in depth with the character development, all the characters they have, in the eons of the freaking character.
Yeah, but you remember what happened with Sony, like the last time they tried to do
Oh, no question.
Spider-Man
It was
characters?
Basuda. It was horrible. But
The Lizard came out decent. Jamie Foxx is an amazing actor, and how he was horrendous as Electro, I don't know. I'm blaming the writers.
That was the writers
looked-
and also
The character choices.
that was the director not reeling him in and saying, Jamie, this is coming off weird.
Jamie Foxx looked like freaking Turbo from Electric Boogaloo on Electric Sheets. Okay?
Oh yeah.
It was horrible.
I like how Electric A's is a new drug form that you created right here on this podcast.
Horrible. But that being said, if they find some miracle way to kind of like retcon all this shit, and especially with the fact that news dropped today that it's official that Carnage will be the villain in freaking Venom 2. It's official now. They had no choice.
Yeah.
So if they're going to retcon it for the possible actual Spider-Man universe with all of his characters, without the exception of freaking the Avengers, because remember there was a time where like there was really no guest stars or cameos in Spider-Man books. It was all Spider-Man father for a good 7-8 years. They could easily adapt that into the fold, but I don't think they're smart enough to do so.
Well, this is the other thing. It's like, as fans who love Spider-Man and everything, who've seen all the Sony fucking garbage, and then he comes to MCU and he fucking blows the fuck up, right? Beyond what he ever was. And then all of a sudden Sony's gonna take him back. I think a lot of fans would be like, fuck you, you took Spider-Man away from us. I don't want to fucking support you.
That's how I feel at this point.
Yeah.
They set Spider-Man up as the golden boy. You're right when you said like he's the new Tony Stark. He's the head of the MCU. The figurehead that is. Could potentially lead a team of young Avengers at this point. We don't know where it could go. And for Sony to just rip away all the possibilities that say like the fans are wanting and expecting, nobody's going to want to see whatever they put out after this. You want to talk about being blackballed? The fans might just blackball Sony Pictures at this point.
See, I respectfully disagree only because of this aspect.
I love how you say AIDS and then I respectfully.
This is how we do.
We bounce back and forth.
So this weekend we have like a hysterical group chat which we could never air. But one of the things I said was that Sony basically deboed Marvel with Spider-Man. And Pete didn't get that reference until I explained it was from Friday.
Yeah.
So basically what Sony did was 5 years ago, hey, you want a Spider-Man? Yeah, no problem. Mind you, Spider-Man sucked. They lost so much money off those two Spider-Man movies. It was ungodly. The only reason why they broke even was because of the last two Bond movies. That's how they broke even. So Feige takes over freaking the Marvel franchise. They make $1 billion first one. They make $1 billion and change, if not $2 billion this one. You already built up the character. You did my work for me because I couldn't do it.
True.
Thank you. God bless. Good night. Boom, I'm out. He took your chain and your bike and said, "Where you going?" That's what he did. That's basically
Pedaling down the block.
basically what he did.
Yeah.
So for that aspect, it was a dickhead move, but it also was a genius business move. They pimped the product to an outside source who owned the source in the first fucking place, who gave it away for freaking shits and giggles because they were broke and wanted to get it back and tried to make a smart deal with them. It's like, no, we don't need that deal because you gave us what we wanted from the first place. We're good.
Yeah.
But that's only going to work for Sony if the fans support it.
But see, here's the thing about
And if
fans.
it's good, if it's bad, it's everything falls apart.
But see, here's the
Yeah.
beautiful tragic thing about fans. There's always new ones. So
True.
2, 3, 4 years down the line, another Spider-Man comes out that have no absolute idea why we're fucking bitching about this.
I mean, I feel like for Kevin Feige, maybe this is the reason why they didn't say anything about Spider-Man 3 at recent events they've been hosting and
DC,
stuff.
yeah.
But it literally ends on the biggest cliffhanger in MCU history. You can't just let that drop and be like, after 12 plus years of like building continuity and pulling it off pretty seamlessly, besides 2 casting changes and Don Cheadle and Edward Norton, like that's pretty fucking epic. And for you to have to like scramble on this one, that's a huge. I mean, obviously nothing stays go forever.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's just too much money on the table, and there's too much loyalty and dedication to the fans for them to let that.
But if
happen.
there's any franchise that can do it with his Rogues Gallery, it'll be Spider-Man.
I'm worried about Sony's quality, though. You talk about, the
Oh, no question.
hip in Spider-Man. At this point, you're going from the MCU's Upper East Side Call Girls to Sony's backlot Long Island City Whoas. There is a significant difference in quality.
There's no reach around.
You got to double bag it before you go in the theater to watch it.
Double? How dare you, sir? That's a triple feature. my friend. Triple feature.
You got to spray plastic on your deck as a sealant, and then bag that shit. That's the fuck.
Plastic, then go old school with the Pam.
Yeah.
I double bagged it one time. It was like the worst sexual experience of my life. I couldn't,
Why would you double bag it?
because sometimes
You worry.
women are really
You was a 245 guy, weren't you?
I don't even
You
know what
wanted
it means.
you wanted to
I don't
go
either.
you wanted to go home alone, but you didn't really want to. But you saw something over there, like you know what? I can't.
It's 2:45 at the bar. I see you. Yeah,
245, yeah.
There's an old country song titled "Don't the Girls All Get Prettier at Closing Time."
Closing time.
Everybody around you. I don't know the words.
Neither do I.
It is there. That's
But,
how they hooked up.
I guess I would love to go around just hear like, do you all think there's just going to be a deal made between the two
This year,
in time for it to make sense for like Phase 6? I guess.
if we're going that ballpark, I would say yes. But in the next by this time next year, no. I say no.
I would respectfully disagree. My turn to do that. I say we get a deal way before Christmas this year.
I would love it.
I think we're close.
I think, Lisa.
want to second what Pete said.
Yes. That's all.
Yeah,
Too close to Pete. I think the real, I mean, obviously Tom Holland's got a lot on the line. He's got like you mentioned,
Two-picture deal.
Uncharted. I completely forgot about that. So he's in the Sony family, so he can't fucking hardball them. But I guess if he feels that he has the ultimate power, he could threaten to walk away. I don't know if Sony's bold enough to have to recast Peter Parker again.
Oh no, they're stupid enough to.
They can't.
They're stupid enough.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
agree.
They are stupid enough to.
Yeah, and if they did it, then they fucked themselves.
We've had more Peter Parkers than Aunt Vivs, all right? Yeah, trust me, they're going to do it. They're
It's
gonna,
fucking hilarious.
Amazing reference.
Man,
Dropping fucking bombs. Wimp, wimp, wimp.
breaking nerd news, man. That's what that nerd news, black nerd.
Like Captain America.
I got that one.
I understood that reference. I didn't realize Debo was Zeus.
Yeah,
I forgot. I didn't know the guy's name, but I remember.
Yeah.
That's the craziest fucking movie in the world.
Hey, let's not forget, he played a black president
Yes, he
way
did.
before.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Development.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did it before 24. Thank you very much, America.
That was before 24?
Well, he did it before Morgan Freeman. No, it wasn't Morgan Freeman.
No,
Was it Morgan? Yeah.
He's technically the first black president on a screen.
Yep.
Devo.
Church.
Wow.
That fucking eye, that's impressive. Yeah.
That would be a president we'd
Only
all
that
have to get
federation.
behind. Imagine that dude is just like, you're gonna follow my policies. And it's like, absolutely, sir. All hell.
I wasn't expecting the eye thing.
Oh, that was priceless. That was priceless. Oh, no, this guy's fucking rich. Oh,
Justin, what do you think?
huh?
What?
About the deal.
About the deal? I mean, Brandon, I feel like they have to get this shit done. If they don't get it done, I think that it's going to fucking tank superhero movies for Sony. Like, all right, they put out Into the Spider-Verse, which was great. It was a good film. I enjoyed it for an animated film, but at the same time, in my eyes, DC's been killing the animated films for years, and it
Quite
still
some time. Yes.
touches nothing compared to the DC
I mean, you look at
films.
DC
I was
right
just
now.
gonna say, like watching today, for instance, Batman Beyond that came out when 2000,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it has aged so
Still-
well
still-
because
still
when
is up,
they
yeah.
kept it the animated series style, right, where you've got that pin-up
All
meets
day,
gangster. Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
And I think that something like that ages very well, and it's very tricky to do that, especially with an era piece. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like with a timepiece, like it's difficult to do that. But this DC has done so well because I think not only is the storyline great and the animation is amazing, it's just so difficult for cartoons to air. Like it's not going to age the way Betty Boop did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, minus the racism. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm talking artistic
Oh,
style.
I mean, hell, it's not
Boop
it doesn't
boop be
age
doo,
like-
nigga.
Betty Boop always confused me because she was like, you know, like I'm young and I'm like, you know, I'm trying to get into girls and then see her like pop up with her little bosom.
Betty Boop is literally trying to have a trizz every episode,
Yeah,
right?
I was just like, what's going on? Is she want to fuck or is she just trying to sing in the lounge by herself? I had no idea what her mission was.
I don't care. I was watching.
Was she trying to seduce jobs? What was that?
Oh my god! I was like, there she is. Something.
Did you guys have a crush as children growing up on like a cartoon
Yeah,
character?
Jack.
100%.
Cheetah.
Okay, let's do that real quick. Go around real quick.
Cheetah, hands down.
Cheetah.
Oh,
Chitara, you mean?
Chitara.
Yes.
Tomato, tomato, another for
Fair
tomato.
enough.
Nelly Furtado.
Jasmine for me.
Okay.
That's why when the new Aladdin came out, it's like hashtag not my Jasmine.
I saw
My
that.
Jasmine is brown. She's pure Indian. She got great assets.
Okay.
Nice vernacular.
Okay. It may actually be Pocahontas. I wanted to hear the wolf cry. Yo, for years I've been trying to find myself a fucking Native American man walking around with fucking with blankets doused with tuberculosis. I don't care. I'm ready, baby. Fucking wigwams all the way.
That's three. That's three.
Pete?
I want to see where you go with this.
I have a layered answer to this.
Go
The
on.
first time I ever saw a cartoon that made my mouth drop, and I'm showing my age on this, I know, was Diana from Dungeons and Dragons running around with that little fur bikini.
Okay.
And I was
Right.
like,
I see.
oh, that's an outfit. And then of Chitara, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think the very first time I fell awkwardly in love with a cartoon was Zelda from The Legend of Zelda on Fridays on the Mario Brothers Super Show. That's when I realized I like a tough girl. Punch you in the faces, look at you.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but let's also pay homage to some of the people who've paved the way, and we're also talking about like, of course.
If you don't say Velma, I'm walking out. I'm sorry, Velma was holding. Where's the line?
Nah, nothing here.
Well, Jessica Rabbit is the one
Absolutely.
that made every single boy masturbate. You know what I'm
Still
saying?
masturbate.
You know what I'm saying?
Has the voice seen Roger Rabbit yet?
He was one of my crushes.
Roger
Rabbit?
I
You
thought
what the
he
fuck,
was
Roger
so
Rabbit?
not like that, but I just thought he was so funny, and I thought I would totally marry someone that funny, and I kind of did.
You did.
But,
Okay.
and Red's crush was the Little Mermaid.
Okay, Ariel. Yeah, there's some other
But
redhead.
also, to add to that, Space Ghost.
Ooh.
I can see that's unique. Because he's ripped.
Yeah.
He's got a sense of humor. Yeah.
Really dry.
What's the bunny from Space Jam? What's her name?
Oh,
Lola.
Lola got that sex appeal.
Yeah, Babs was from Tiny Toons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Babs. Yeah.
I went creepy.
Animated
I like Lola Bunny. Justin, we did Space Jam. He heard me getting creepy.
Yeah, he's got really
Right.
creepy.
I, for one, I find it really weird when I see cosplays of Lola, but I mean, I'm looking anyway. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah, they have her all with big titties and stuff. It's like, that wasn't the show.
yep.
Yep.
Michael Jordan would have done all dirty things.
Who said he did?
Don't get Kobe in the sequel.
Michael Jordan would have put a blonde wig on her and went to town.
I mean,
He was in
Tony
the
Allen
blonde.
jumping out the planet. I don't care.
he believed he could fly. What else?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, too soon? Can't say that.
Canceled. Everything's canceled. Pete, before we start recording, you asked about our take on the Joker. So,
Yeah.
we just touched hands.
It's okay. You can play me too.
You were asking our thoughts about the Joker. I'm like going in with no expectations. I've like, after Jared Leto, I think it's fucked up that Warner Brothers didn't give that dude another shot, considering that's what they gave him. But whatever. Joaquin Phoenix, he's crazy enough to do something different that we haven't seen before. I just like understand from everything I've read that it's just not connected to anything that we've seen thus far, which is fine. But I think it's going to throw a lot of people off that aren't familiar with like Joker one-off stories and shit.
That's the thing, like you said, it's going to throw people off. And as comic book fans, how often do we field the question of, oh, is this the case? Is this the case? Did this happen in the comics? And you're like, no, not that either. At this point, like, trying to explain the MCU in terms compared to comics, like, it's based on stuff, but it's not the comics. It's its own world. And now I already know I'm going to be fielding questions of the Joker's Bruce Wayne's brother? Nah. Forget that. Just try your best to not even think about that.
You know who you're gonna be? You're gonna be the black person in the office when like something like urban happens in the world and someone wants explanation. So what's twerking? This is what twerking is.
For the record, I'm the only one from Brooklyn in my office. Do you not think I'm not already the black person in the office?
That is a fair point. Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Closest we get is my manager's from Jersey. That's it. Everybody else
That's not
like
close.
square
That's not
states
close.
all over the
That's
place.
not close.
No, you gotta say Joyzy in that case.
Nah, I can't do
I
that.
mean,
It's not close.
but yeah, the Joker, with Joaquin Phoenix. So I'm other than her, I'm kind of a fan of Joaquin Phoenix, but of like his original stuff. Like I really enjoyed him in Quills, and in Quills you see him reach a breaking point,
Yeah.
and you see his character do some really fucked up shit. And I think that he needs to tune that person again because he has it in him. He absolutely has it in him. And then there's the fact that he and Heath Ledger were close friends, were they not?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that great minds think alike and they tend to stick together. And I'm hoping that we can see just a reflection of that. I think Zendaya in Euphoria channels the Joker a whole lot more than Joaquin Phoenix could ever hope to get close to. But back to what I was saying with the Joker, though, I agree with Pete again that I don't think this is for comic book people. I think this is a lot of people taking a character and trying to use it as an artistic twist. Almost like they would The Favorite or Black Swan and things like that. I think it's that kind of level of film. I don't think this is the cinematic universe or the Batman versus Superman kind of thing. I think it's for a completely different audience, and I'm for it.
Yeah, throwing shade on politics. That's the audience. See your damn politics out of my funny book movies.
This, I may be the only one who really feels like this. I don't want to fucking see it. I really don't want to see it.
No, they're not alone. They're not alone. There's a lot of people that feel the same way.
No, because I love Batman. I love fucking Batman. I love the Joker. The Joker is the greatest comic book villain of all time for
No
good
argument
fucking
here.
reason.
There's
And
no
part
argument.
of it is because Joker survives in the realm of mystique and just pure madness that nobody else. There's no rhyme and reason. Now they're trying to give a rhyme and reason to a character. I mean, I was pissed off when they tried to make him and fucking Harley Quinn this America's love story.
Oh, yeah.
She's Stockholm
That's a
syndrome.
planned spinoff.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
this is garbage. This is garbage town. He gives zero fucks about that
He
girl.
literally threw threw her out of a window
Yep.
in
Yes.
the animated series and left her to die.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
says,
There's
wait.
a great quote that I saw that says, anyone who thinks that the Joker genuinely has any love for Harley Quinn is just as delusional as she is.
Yeah.
No.
That's really good.
Listen, I told a couple of people I was doing a show with you guys tonight, and we're big fans of the show Power.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the premiere was last night, and we watched it, and we jumped on Twitter as we do, and someone said something very interesting. It's like, they said that Tasha reminds them of Harley Quinn. And I'm like, go on, I want to see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the point. She could have been free from the first episode of the show, but she chose to stay because she loved the lifestyle, and not loved her life.
Mm-hmm.
And when they said that, I'm like, oh my God, that is fucking groundbreaking, because that makes so much sense. She loved the lifestyle. No matter how much the chaos was, how much she either empowered herself or defeated herself, at the same time, she stayed for the lifestyle. So they're choosing a life and having both.
Yeah,
And I thought that was compelling and just like,
yeah,
just
because
so
Harley
brilliant.
Quinn is an educated doctor.
Yeah,
right?
yep.
And
Yeah,
when
she's also a smoke show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she
Sorry, I
literally has
I
no
feel so
help.
bad just to scandal it. Well, she's a curly sperm like she is. But
No.
in some of the iterations, man,
She's hot to try. She's hot to try.
She's hot as fuck. She's a badass fucking chick. She's going fucking toe to toe with the Batman
She's
on a
swinging in.
fucking every 2 days or so.
And, yes, and also,
And she's
isn't
bi.
she the only one that actually captures him?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Joker got pissed off?
Yes.
And it almost killed her.
Literally almost killed her.
Yeah.
Because she managed to do what he couldn't.
Yeah.
So she's a smart woman. It's just, I couldn't agree more. That's a great point. That's
Like,
a great analogy.
Literally, like when I forgot the dude's name on fucking Twitter. He's like, literally, he compared Harley Quinn to fucking Tasha on Power. I'm like, oh my
That's
God,
true, but it works.
you're a fucking genius. That it's so parallel and makes so much sense. And just going back on, like I said, Harley has it all: education, power, mentally and physically. She can make a plan and actually follow through the plan.
Can execute.
Do you think we'll see Harley in the Joker? Do you think we'll
No.
get any reference to her at all?
No, because
Even if
if
they
they do,
whatever.
it's really
Margot
good.
Robbie's doing her own thing. They got the Jared Leto thing. Like, they're not trying to intertwine those at all, I don't think.
Oh no, I not even her. Just like a side character, like a reference.
That,
Zazie
I would love an
Beetz-
Easter egg. I would love an
That's what
Easter
I'm
egg.
saying.
Zazie Beetz, we don't know what character she's playing, but I doubt it's going to be like an iteration of Harley.
That would be too cool.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if he kills that Black Queen in that movie, I'm going to lose my shit.
I got $2 saying she doesn't make it to the first 30 minutes.
Sorry.
$2.
$2 per
$2.
All right.
Witness. $2.
Witness.
$2. $2.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna quote this. I do laundry. Ask her husband. He knows.
I really need to aim higher with these things. Could at least have 5. Okay, so Joker, we're like, wanted to bring up the Batman, because I was spending time with Lisa and her wonderful husband a few days ago, and we were kind of talking a lot about Robert Pattinson being cast as the Batman. Noticed, and a lot of press releases, including Deadline.com, they say Robert Pattinson's been cast as the Batman, not Bruce Wayne. So, knowing what we know about the director and writer, who has done a lot of things with technology, who did the Planet of the Apes sequels,
Yes.
phenomenal. I think they were
Great
both
run.
phenomenal, groundbreaking technology.
Yes. Great run.
I'm like, what if this motherfucker's secretly doing Batman Beyond? And we just don't know yet because we don't know anything about this fucking movie. And then it's like Robert Pattinson's like a Terry McGinnis or an iteration of that character. And then to fucking make everyone cream their pants, he's like, yo, I'm also bringing back Michael Keaton.
Well, Michael Keaton's contract is up out there in this year.
You realize if that is the case, the entire internet will lose its collective mind.
And that's why I think it might happen.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Jesus.
He looks the perfect part for Terry
That's what we were
McGinnis.
talking about. We were like, actually, if you think about the way his hair is,
screaming.
everything, his
No,
age,
I'm not.
it kind of works.
Yeah.
And like what time are we in now? It makes theoretical sense. But once again, this is Warner Brothers.
That's the only issue I have. It's like,
Like-
I feel like he would want to do it, the director, but it's just.
And it's Warner Brothers who can't get out of their own way and say, nah, nobody wants the Batman Beyond movie. What was that? We did
We
that
gotta
20
stay
years
in the 40s.
You
Batman.
literally like I cringe and freaking. Oh, first, please, volume. I grind my gears about this shit every chance I get on a fucking Peach show. They own all this shit. It's not like Marvel when they own like 65% of their shit. No, they own everything. They even own me, and they still get it fucking wrong. They still get it wrong.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how. Like not for nothing. And then granted, I'll die on this hill. I actually enjoyed Ben Affleck as fucking Batman. That was my Dark Knight Batman.
Get out.
That was my Frank Miller Batman.
Batman v Superman, he was the best thing about it.
Listen, okay. Ben Affleck made a good Bruce Wayne, but he was a shit Batman. I'm sorry. Batman doesn't have quips. He doesn't have jokes. He's not fucking Spider-Man.
That's not Ben's
Yeah,
fault,
but
though.
that's the
poor
writing.
That's
That's
poor
piss
writing.
poor writing.
That's writing.
Yeah.
And that Batman when he's saving Martha Wayne as Martha Kent,
Oh,
as
jeez.
corny as that scene was,
horrible.
that fight scene though was like
great.
It was good.
That was the best Batman
fight
we've ever
scene
seen.
I mean,
Absolutely.
the choreography of it all and just the concept of Batman versus Superman is amazing. It's very hard to fuck that up, but it goes down to what Pete said. The writing was terrible.
He did murder a few people in that fight scene.
And he had a gun. What the fuck?
All comes down to the writing.
Yeah.
Funny
Yeah.
you mentioned the choreography, though. I watched the side-by-side, frame-for-frame working of the choreography. It's Arkham Asylum.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
exactly the same.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
the flips, the headlocks, the punches,
Yeah, that's-
everything.
it
But
was
hey,
so-
you did it right.
But you know what was crazy about that scene is I remember seeing that and being like, Zack Snyder wanted to fucking make a Batman movie. Superman didn't get a fucking action scene like that, even in the first one.
Yep.
I was like, he wanted to do a Batman movie,
Listen.
and Warner Brothers like, this is the way you can do it. Justice League, I felt bad because the reshoots, that was just such a mess. Ben Affleck, he went from like being ripped into like some parts of it to being like swollen and like little puffy, and you're like, ooh, they really fucked up with those reshoots, man. They did not do anyone.
What? That gave it away? What? Not the freaking like the hand me down mustache the fucking cowboy had?
The Gaussian blur on his fucking upper lip.
The bootleg fucking race at the
I
end.
feel so bad because like it's like my wife. We were actually watching Mission Impossible last night, and she was like, they couldn't just like give him a fake mustache. I'm like, no, because Mission Impossible was being made first. So Paramount's like, fuck you, Warner Brothers. We're not.
Good job by
We're not
them.
gonna have him shave his face because you fucked up. So it's like, yeah, he had his mustache for his character, and also this is a way better movie than fucking
Very
Justice
much so.
League. So
Very
Like
much
I
so.
cannot front the last Mission Impossible was fucking awesome. Like,
that fight scene
shit
in
was
the
wild.
bathroom.
Still
Oh,
haven't
God.
seen it.
Oh,
Dude,
Jesus.
the fight
Yeah,
scene in the
dude,
bathroom.
watch it.
Oh, it was fucking ridiculous.
It
Like,
is fucking wow. And it made me want to fuck Henry Cavill. I'm a straight man, and I'm just like, give me the
Squares
dick.
up. No, he squares up. I was like, God damn.
I mean, what's no? He did that shit right there. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I know you guys aren't gonna agree with me, but I did really enjoy his Superman movies. Like,
They weren't bad.
I did? No.
I liked it.
Zack Snyder is probably put on screen the most realistic Superman we have ever seen.
Yes.
The fact that the ground
Narrative especially.
The fact that the fucking gravel on the ground fucking levitates before he takes off.
I like that.
Is genius. The fact that his eyes, veins are coming out before he shoots fucking beams makes literal sense. The fact when he flies in the air, there's a sonic boom
Love
when he
that.
goes fast. That makes sense. That was all scientific and perfect.
I enjoyed Man of Steel immensely, with the exception of Kevin Costner's character. Not to say anything against the actor, but once again we come back to the writing. Every time the man was on screen and he spoke, his character was wrong. That is my only gripe with Man of Steel. His father never would have said, "Don't save the kids in the school bus. Rather keep your secret identity. Let them all drown."
Kevin was going through a rough time. Wendy had just died. He was having a tough go. They probably wasn't part of the script. It's like, Kevin, it's actually, no, you should save the kids. Like, Wendy's gone, nothing matters.
I'm a piss poor bodyguard.
He was like,
Oh, bro, I'm fucking hate you so much.
he's so fucking crazy.
Like,
He's still in
I
character.
literally had one job.
He did
One
do the
job.
eulogy at her wedding too. Everyone was like, "This is fucking weird." Did they only do one movie together?
Yeah.
Well, you know what that means. Kevin Costner got up in that bathtub, if you know what I mean.
You think
I
Bobby
mean, it was
Brown-
Kevin Cockner.
Oh,
That's fine.
Hashtag
That's
Kevin
fine.
Costner.
I just made that one up now.
That's
I'm
why we
proud
want
of
you
that.
guys.
You think Bobby Brown, high or not high, was gonna let him get in that?
You think Bobby Brown, as high as he was, could stop it?
Yes.
Mr. Telephone Man, I need my crack.
Listen,
Well, yeah, but when was she with Bobby Brown by that point?
yeah.
92, yeah, that was my prerogative. Yeah, that was
They was smashing all body. And mind you, he was digging out all the chicks in fucking Hollywood at the time.
Yeah, I mean, there are other people who their wives. I mean, the Hollywood people don't give a fuck. They will just fuck each other.
Bobby in the 90s didn't give a fuck about nobody.
Yeah, but
He fucked Mama Brady, man.
yes,
He
but at the
fucked
same
Mama Brady.
No, he fucked all the female Bradys.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait, Greg.
Oh, let's all
hold
the
on.
book, please.
Wait, hold on, Greg. What do you tell me? You told me, you just said
He
Bobby
smashed the
Brown.
Brady bunch, son.
Like all the actresses
Yes.
at the same time?
No, I mean, I don't know about that, but he
He
definitely.
went through the house just fucking.
He did Mom, and he did fucking Marsha. That is a fact. That
I mean,
is fact.
everyone wanted to fuck Marsha.
Look at
Both iterations.
what fucking reality show that was on VH1.
Bobby Brown?
Not the Surreal Life. It's not the Surreal Life.
What was it? You son of a bitch.
Was it one of the celebrity fucking
What are we
detoxes
talking
or
about?
whatever?
But that's the proof right there that he did it. It's the proof right there. Cause that was just like the gateway to all that ass. Like
But did he bang Alice? Is the question.
I think Alice was dead already.
You said Alice was dead already? She just died like 2 years ago.
Did she?
I think she outlived Whitney.
Damn, that's real.
I know, I just screamed that.
We don't fix that shit.
But all I'm saying is but Bobby Brown is not necessarily the biggest dude on the face of the earth.
No, he's
now
not.
he is. But so it's just like, could Bobby Brown stop it?
Isn't this the same man?
Yes and no.
Isn't this the same man that fuck Ralph's freaking fiance at the time? Bobby don't give a shit.
You're right. But we're also going into the white people realm, where Bobby Brown all of a sudden he becomes
He
Lauren.
fucked the Brady.
They
He
get rid of him.
transcended all that shit. He fucked the Brady.
No, but at the same time, like they can they bury those Hollywood type. They'll bury them thinking like
you can't
Bobby
bury
Brown.
banging a Brady in the 90s.
No, I'm talking about his
Guys,
career.
we gotta talk about Return of the Joker.
Okay, all right.
What are we talking about? You bring the salacious. You bring the salacious news about Bobby Brown fucking
What is? It's in my system. I apologize. You know.
Talk about the Dark Knight. See what I did there?
Excellent.
I know. I'm intrigued by all these cords and wiring. He's been fixing with this for like 20 minutes.
Plus, we got the video, so.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
surprised you didn't get it.
well,
right.
I'm
That's
actually
great.
recording audio for this and that.
Oh, so we're good. We're
yeah,
good,
so
baby.
we're,
Oh, so you're just doing this
Yeah.
just for yourself?
We're just doing it for the video, honestly, to just keep it like going, but y'all know now at this point.
we can't get anything right.
Not only are we niggas spilling moves, we're just niggas. So, we just bootlegging this shit. But to the reason why we're all here.
Oh, sorry, that was me. I spilled the shit.
Oh shit! It just spilled on
Well, I'm pregnant now. I'm sorry.
Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
Indeed.
Now, this is interesting because P and I were talking before we started earlier. What version of the movie did you see? Because there's an unrated version and then there's the PG-13 version.
I saw the unrated version last night.
Okay.
With that, just like it's just a calling card for PTSD.
Oh shit. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty fucking great. Yeah.
Liz, you saw the rated version.
Rated version, and now I feel
Slighted.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, to be
Good.
okay, so to be fair, like it's not too different.
It's not a heavy deviation.
The the biggest changes are there's more blood in the unrated, and it's not that much blood, and the Joker dies differently.
Okay, so I'm.
And he also stabs back.
Dragon Ball Z like episode where you just kind of see the blood and it's not just like silhouetted.
No.
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's not like mud on the side of their
Yeah.
face.
You know what's interesting is actually the unrated version is very on par with Mask of the Phantasm in regards to like the violence and the blood.
Yeah.
It's like it's not more extreme than that, which is weird because that was rated PG-13. So
I was reading through a few things. I had actually never known that there was a rated version. I just thought this was the version
Yeah.
that I was fortunate enough to see, growing up and everything. And a couple of the differences, like you said, the Joker dies differently in the unrated version. We could spoil this, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the
It's
unrated,
or in 10 years.
This movie's been out for 137 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
I wasn't sure if I could have the honor of spoiling it for
Throw the
everybody.
cheese, man. Throw the cheese.
So the Tim Drake under the Joker toxin.
Fucking Tim Drake from Batman animated series that we were watching actively,
Yeah.
and then the show just abruptly ended.
Yep.
Then that Tim Drake.
And then he's like, and he shoots him in the chest with his spear gun, with
Yes.
Joker's own spear gun. In the rated version, the gun is different. It's the gas gun,
It's a gas.
which I believe doesn't even go off, and then it gets pushed. The Joker gets pushed into another room where there just happens to conveniently be some really loose hanging wires and 2 vats of water.
I lied. I saw the rated R version.
You did?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, because when you said electrocuted, I'm thinking when they were fighting and he took the little ring thing.
Oh,
and
right,
it
yeah.
shocked him, and I'm like, is that how we? Sorry guys, I had a moment. It's
No
been a long
worries.
day.
Fair.
But no, I saw that and I thought, holy shit, how traumatizing must that be for a kid? You know?
Well, yeah, in both versions, Tim kills the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's fucked up no matter what. I mean, the crazy thing is, and this is why I love this movie, is because it's already a little dark, because Batman Beyond just has a dark, sinister vibe
Yeah, it
to
was
it.
yeah.
And then you have this flashback, because you never knew why Bruce Wayne stopped being Batman. You just kind of jump in, Bruce Wayne's an old man, he's working with Terry McGinnis. And then it's like, Barbara's like cagey, like, oh, don't worry about what happened, blah, blah, blah. And you see Tim Drake, he's all fucked up. And then it's like, Tim Drake was kidnapped by the Joker and Harley Quinn for 3 weeks. They find him, he's been tortured, which is actually worked in the original Joker killing Robin death.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
crowbar,
yeah.
which is already brutal as fuck. But when you see scenes of this kid being electrocuted,
Yeah.
and to know that they actually want to show more, and they in both versions they didn't go that far, that's like, this is ballsy as fuck.
That was another piece of a lot of it was dialogue changes that would allude to more violence than like when you said that they were torturing Robin. The electricity scene where he actually hooks the electrodes up to that hospital gurney bed, that's taken out. And when he tells Batman, and I'm gonna have to paraphrase here because I don't quite remember the line, but he says something like, "Let me show you the way I unraveled the boy's mind."
All
it was.
he told me.
Yeah, it was something different. Like, this is how I, broke Robin's
This is how I
mind or
fucking
something.
broke this motherfucker.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
fought for a while, Bruce. I'm like,
And then
Yeah.
he broke.
He said
when
he
you got that
told me
bruise of like, wow. Yeah.
And Mark
And
Hamill,
once
by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mark Hamill.
Yes.
Good go.
Love that fucking laugh.
It's so
yeah,
good.
it's so good. It's so classic. But
It's like we watched it because like I watched it last night because I literally haven't seen this as a fucking aired.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch this to get fresh and like I was just in awe. Like me and my dumbass, I literally forgot the entire fucking plot. So I'm watching it just like a brand new person, and I'm like, oh shit. So you think you're looking at it and like, okay, it gotta be this guy. But then it's like, you find out it's Tim, and then when the transformation happens, it's like you're cringing. It's like, oh my god, I might have PTSD.
It's fact because I haven't seen it in so long. I forgot what the grand reveal was. I was like, wait a minute, was it the Joker? But it wasn't, and I can't remember. So I'm watching it like,
That's why Bruce is all fucked up because he's
yeah.
sorry.
No, go for it.
Because he does the voice recognition, it's 100%. He's like,
Yeah.
there's no way. Like, I literally saw this dude die.
and they buried him. Another
Yeah,
piece
yeah.
of changed dialogue. We buried him deep below Arkham, and I don't know. They changed it like we
So
got
fucking
rid of
That's
him.
why like Arkham Knight is bad as fuck because we open with you burning the Joker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, and that's Mark Hamill's Joker too. This guy's fucking crazy. Lisa, you were.
Bro. No, there's so much trauma here. But no, what I was gonna say was that reveal when he calls him Bruce. I thought it was really awesome the way they played with the words there when he calls him Bruce and then he says, you're just a pathetic kid that wants his.
I wrote the quote down.
Go ahead.
You're just a little boy in a play suit crying
yeah.
for mommy and daddy.
And then he says, it would be funny if it weren't so pathetic. And then later on,
Cold.
McGinnis is fighting the Joker and says, all this time, you just wanted to get a laugh out of him, but I'll laugh at you, but not because I think you're funny, but because I think you're pathetic.
Yeah.
I was like, he came back around.
Yep.
That's some
Y'all know Terry McGinnis is played by Eric from Boy Meets World?
Yes.
Yes.
That still remains a shock to me every time I like my brain won't let me remember
My mind is
it.
fucking blown right now.
Y'all remember when Eric from Boy Meets World was the coolest dude in the world until season 4 and he lost his mind for some reason?
When he became like the old
He
guru.
got really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called 22.
I really
I graduated college.
Like, let's talk about your character choices with this because you went off the rails a little. He was sleeping at the camping store they were working at and shit.
Yup.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress. But yeah, like in the unrated version, the Joker stabs Batman in the knee, and that's why he limps and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, there's so many things that reveal like why Batman.
They cut out so much shit. Like, and
Yeah,
like
the knife thing was cut out of the radio
Barbara
version.
pretty much kills Harley Quinn, except it's revealed at the end that she's still alive. Which is
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
And
really
that
bad.
happens
They're
in
both
both.
scarred.
and then a Harley, yeah.
Now, mind you, the uncut version came out like 2 years after the edited version came out. So, like, imagine you 2 years, it was like, oh, yeah, and then you catch it on DVD. It was like, what the fuck is this?
I'm like, you know what? Enough of those, the young fan base. They're 18, right?
Yeah.
It's time.
But it's like, why did they censor themselves? Like, Paul Dini was behind this and everything. Like, Mask of the Phantasm was so brutal. Like, that fight at the end between the Phantasm, Joker, and Batman,
Oh, it's horrible.
when he's laughing maniacally, blood coming out of his mouth, and the world's exploding around him, and the music, it's one of the most harrowing comic book movie scenes I've probably ever seen in my life.
It was the release date. That's why. Columbine had just happened like a half a year earlier, and then this one came out in like December of like that followed.
Got it.
That was why.
Well, there's your answers there.
Yep.
Yeah, that just brought reality.
That's
Yeah,
literally the
actually,
definitive answer of everybody was like, we can't do this right now.
Yeah.
Especially for like a kid's audience, because technically in the minds of all of these people it's a cartoon, therefore it's for kids, and mostly not for big dummies like us because we're the ones watching it anyway.
Well, yeah, and then that was the big push. Is like, oh, violence in video games and cartoons are causing all of this, and so basically it was blamed on Batman and things
Well, I mean,
like
the
that.
violence in video games thing is 100% true. I mean, I've ripped plenty of people's heads out of their spine like Sub-Zero did,
Yep.
because I mean, I gotta see if that works. You know?
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna do that on the C train. I mean, I could have did it on the A train getting over here. I thought about it twice, but I did not. No, bro.
But you're an adult.
It's hard.
Can we take a second to talk about one of the things I love the most about Batman Beyond, other than the music, is splicing. Splicing is like, I wrote it down, but it's like custom-made mutants. I know that's not the right term to use in this universe, but it's like custom-made mutants. I fucking love that idea. I was a kid watching this thinking, I would get this done, I would do that, I would have this, I would have...
Like hyena.
You're talking about the hyena guy.
Yeah. I
Like
think
they
his
actually
name was Wolf,
became like
but-
those characters, yeah.
Yeah, but like I think when you think about like in that time, and so in the animated series of Batman Beyond, splicing was like the cool thing to do. It was like smoking cigarettes or getting a tattoo rather because it's more permanent, right? So I remember some characters were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get cat eyes and I'm gonna get like leopard skin some people were just like, you sure you want to do that? And other people were all about it. How would you guys in today's day and age, if that was like the thing to do, what kind of splicing would you want to get done?
I don't know if I can do it, man.
I absolutely want a red baboon ass. Duh. What else is there?
I want donkey your trunk, basically.
But you realize that would only base it's. I think doesn't that ass is like when they're in heat. It starts growing red, so then
Is that
other dudes just like, I'm about to fuck that. So you're basically just saying insert dick here.
Wait, it's a female thing?
I believe it's a female trait.
So
See,
right
I should really watch more nature shows.
So right now, on Medium Popcorn, Pete just said he wants to be a Kardashian. Good job.
There you go.
Good job.
Listen, I'll watch more nature shows than conspiracy theory shit. I'm sorry.
You know what? If that's the case, I would splice it and just get like the strength. I'd get like a fucking gorilla strength.
Oh, so you'd be like the Black Bane.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. You take the strength, but it's natural strength. You can rip people's fucking arm off and shit like that.
You know what? I take that back. I'll take an elephant's brain.
You never
The
forget.
idea of never forgetting.
Pretty much.
Wow.
I see your elephant brain. and raise you starfish genetics.
Oh wow, you're not blue shit.
Because when you think about it, there's a lot of risk in life, right? Like, ooh, can't do that, I'll break my fucking leg. Can't do that, you'll lose a finger. You'll lose an eye, you'll poke someone's eye out. But if you had starfish DNA, you could regenerate. And I think that that's a really big fucking
You really thought about
Hell
that.
yes! Since I was
You know what's so
eight.
funny? Is people would be like, "Oh, I want to be Wolverine because Wolverine can regenerate." It's like, no, that's not how Wolverines work, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately not.
Don't you know cut your dick off? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
and,
even bigger.
It was that, and somehow, if it'd be possible, like the ability to fuck flying, like flying's cool, but my shit would be the ability to breathe underwater.
So you got
I was
some
thinking that
gills.
too. I was thinking gills.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
a
thinking
big
gills.
one for me.
Unless you're thinking about the show The Boys and you
Well,
have those nasty
yeah.
gill
Oh, yeah,
things
no,
on the
not
side.
But I also wouldn't let some woman just like penetrate my gills like that.
Yeah.
That was fucking wild.
Like,
man.
homie, you're a superhero. Knock her off of you. Like, what are you doing?
I think that was more so like them showing the whole Me Too movement and like
Yeah.
it coming full
I think
circle.
also at the end of the day, though, weren't they trying to say that his character was kind of like a bitch? Like, didn't really actually do anything?
Yeah, he had no real powers.
Yeah.
He beat some dudes up outside, but then some drunken girl from a bar overpowered him.
Dude,
like, this is kind of ridiculous.
He was in a fucking van, freaking breaking up, rescuing a fucking dolphin, talking about fingering the dolphin after they get free.
That is true.
Yeah.
Was he fingering them?
No,
Yeah.
they were talking about. No, they were
The
talking about.
dolphin wanted him to.
Yeah.
Wanted to
That
finger him.
was yeah.
Yeah, that show took a turn.
Yeah.
I mean, it took a turn like episode one.
When he's just like, you're gonna suck my dick. Like,
What? In regards to like Batman Beyond, like I thought that the plot moved very quickly. I loved it. Like it's like 70 minutes. It's just like here's Terry McGinnis. He's like trying to stop the Joker clan
gang, yeah.
from like taking this technology. They obviously get away and shit because they're all like fucking him up. But also these outfits aren't efficient for crime.
They're not.
The villains have like really like fucked up outfits that like limit their mobility.
Like even Batman got rid of the cape.
Yeah.
Some things
Yeah,
need
true.
to,
Like those girls are like in this tightest and short booty shorts, and still like it's like that's like great for kicking, but you gotta do anything else, you're gonna get scraped up legs.
Right.
I mean, like,
well,
And
I don't
that's
think
called
it's their
evidence.
legs that they need to worry about in those short ass shorts.
I like those legs though; those are pretty nice.
I mean,
Yeah, but it's gonna tuck up inside of things.
They
Yeah.
got like fucking like 23rd century chafing like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Melissa Joan Hart did the voice of them, right?
Yes.
That's Joan Hart.
Yeah, Calista explains it.
Yeah. She explained
Props
them.
on That's true. Yes.
I just thought it was a great way to bring back the Joker, bring back Mark Hamill, and do like let's actually show them what happened, why Batman animated series, what happened with those characters, and why Bruce Wayne is so fucked up. And like as soon as the Joker appears, he's like, Terry, you're done. He's like, yeah, I'm not letting you do this anymore. And he's like, because Joker was the worst villain you ever had, like, and you don't want me to be caught in that. Random question though, how much y'all think Terry McGinnis is making on a monthly basis working for Peruse?
Oh shit.
Because he
I
was
think a
paying
good
rent.
amount. I think a very nice,
What do you say is a legit amount though? I'm thinking like
For
five
you to
G's
be
a
the
month.
Batman,
I think.
that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking 6 figures at least a
No, I'm
year.
thinking.
A
Like,
year.
no, a year he's probably making millions.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I think-
thinking
There's no way that Bruce Wayne
I
can
think-
pay that
yeah,
much.
I was thinking Bruce Wayne isn't going to spoil him with greed and wealth, right? Because he does have to train him. This is his
Protege?
apprentice. Yes, or
Yeah,
apprentice. You know what I'm saying? So like, even though Bruce Wayne had the money and he was born with it, this is a boy who comes from nothing. So he needs to mold him correctly.
But see, knowing Bruce, always thinking 5 steps ahead, he probably was paying him, say $10,000, but that was probably 10% of what he's really paying him. So when Bruce goes, there's a little trust.
Yeah, oh, and that's
This is
that's
actually-
yeah, that's
I agree
what I
with
was
that.
thinking.
I also
This-
I,
Oh,
This
but
is
same way
superhero
as you did.
401k
Well, I
right
thought
here.
for Terry McGinnis though, wasn't he doing that and working with Bruce Wayne to help pay for like rent and stuff? Because remember his dad died.
Right.
Yeah.
I was always under the impression that he was helping his mom out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did
So
too,
he is-
because then when he at the breakfast table, he was like, "Oh, I'm not working for him
Yeah.
anymore." She was like, "Oh, well, that's too bad. If you were paying my rent, I'd be like, fuck you mean you're not working for him anymore?"
But he tells his girlfriend, he's like,
Go
I'm not
back.
working for Bruce Wayne, so money's going to be kind of
Tight.
low.
Yeah,
like, the
money
next
is
few
tight,
months.
but-
or whatever.
Yeah.
I also think that was like one of the most genuine scenes in the entire freaking movie.
I lost my job.
His little brother's like, Mom, the training
Ninja at
now.
the table.
Yeah, that little prick.
Yeah, his little
Hey,
brother.
that kid was an asshole.
I loved all that because like that actually made me flashback to when I was a big brother and I was like just like terrorizing my little sister who killed me in the end.
Imagine Terry after all he knows. He sees his little brother. He's like, you know, I could just give you to the Joker. I could just.
It's like I could just give you a nerve punch in your neck and have you like seize for I don't know a half hour or so.
And I really do like the part, now that we're on the topic of like the kids and stuff. So there's a scene where Tim Drake, as the adult, he's like cleaning the, what's it called?
The satellite.
Yeah. So there's a part where he's like, you might as well just show yourself. And Terry shows himself and he's like, the training, it never goes away. He did something similar when they show the flashback of him as the little Jay.
Yeah.
And there's a part where Harley's watching Batman and the Joker like go at it, and then when she looks over to him, he's looking up because even though he's in that state of mind, the training never goes. So he knew to look up for Barbara. And that's what gives it away when Harley looks up, like, what the fuck is he looking at? And I love that they do shit
I didn't
like
pick
that.
up on that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, even when they're when Joker turns in, when Tim turns into Joker, he's just like, I have all the training of fucking Batman and Robin in me. So now Joker is essentially
A step ahead.
Yeah, a step ahead of him.
Yeah.
But it's just like, obviously shit changes and
I mean, he didn't imagine the Joker to be bitch slapping him like that.
Right.
After that reel. I mean, I was really, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, he really kills the Joker. And then it becomes darker when Tim does it. I don't know, that whole scene alone is like one of the most classic Batman scenes in cinematic history to me.
It's like
It's an amazing
it's
twist.
so good.
It's an amazing twist that all these years you have Batman and the Joker, and then Robin is just like one of those like he's a sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
And he's never had this much of an impact or significance in the franchise ever. And then suddenly this is literally who takes out, and we're not talking about Nightwing, we're not talking about an older Robin, we're talking about 9-year-old, 11-year-old Robin. You know what I mean?
it broke him. Sorry, but it broke him. He shot the gun. The laugh was maniacal, and the maniacal laugh became just like a somber, just bellow of tears.
Yep.
And just Barbara did not know what to do, and like even her words were hollow towards him, like it's gonna be okay, but she didn't know because Tim was broken. He was broken.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think even as like the fan base, watching Robin, it's always been like, yeah, we all want to be Batman, we all want to be Batgirl, and Robin's cool too, but we've
Nobody
always
wanted to be Robin.
I mean, some people did. My point is, at that age, we associated, I think, more with the sidekicks than with actual Batman. Like, I remember looking up to Batman like, whoa, he's so fucking cool, and thinking Catwoman was cool, but it goes from being a child thinking, oh, they're so cool, look at them running around, and that must be so much fun, I would love to be, a superhero. And then suddenly, you find that superheroes can run into some real deep, dark shit. And it's the first time that, like I said, it's the first time they show something like that, and I thought, holy shit, that was raw.
It was crazy when it's revealed that Joker's inside Tim this whole time. Did they explain though why he awoke now?
He said he'd been like slowly working his way in because it was like a microchip or something that was like the only childish part of the cartoon I thought, because realistically Batman would have found the microchip. But that's the only part you kind of gotta bite, for the sake of what is a kid's cartoon.
That means Joker played the long game. He was like, I might die or something like that, so let me.
Which on top of that, Tim, he has kids and he's married and stuff like that. Was Tim fucking or was Joker fucking?
That's a valid question.
Oh, you think like some Norman Osborn type of shit where he's like,
you know what I'm saying? No, but in actuality, Joker is so intertwined with this kid. Those kids could have fucking a little Joker in them.
You trying to tell me that this Joker's eating his kids, man?
That's a good point.
Did it at some point?
I don't know if a microchip
give
can-
like too much radiation, right?
well, yeah, I mean that's when Spider-Man killed Gwen Stacy because of the sperm.
Oh yeah, that was a really
It's
dark
possible to have
story.
something down. It's interesting.
But that's kind of true though. Same with Superman. Like they should, in theory, like never fuck.
They should not
because they
procreate.
should probably.
Or even really be around him, since he's kind of radioactive. You're right.
Yep.
Well, Morrison did something like that in All Star, except
Yeah.
it was him that had
Get
cancer.
Yeah.
Get that cancer jizz.
But yeah, I mean, Terry's able to deduce that like the Joker's been, has infiltrated Tim Drake, and so that's why he turns into the Joker. Now before, and I was surprised that the Joker didn't wait to make sure he finished Bruce off when he infiltrates the Batcave and gives him the laughing gas. I would have waited for Bruce to wake up and laugh and hold him and look in his eyes as he dies, laughing. But I get it, it's for the story. They're not gonna let Bruce die.
And not that, maybe there was a conflict of interest. Maybe that was the one time that freaking Tim actually fought back. Stop.
Could be.
Stop.
Maybe.
doing it.
Maybe.
It's a valid point.
But they said that the Robin costume was the only one that was ripped up though. 'Cause he fucks with the
And that
gown.
adds my point. Maybe there was that one moment where Tim's no, don't do it. I'm fighting you not to do it. And to
Yeah.
Or Robin's leaving behind breadcrumbs.
true.
Could be.
Yes. Now, for me, a part of me for this movie would have loved to see Bruce is just hey man, you gotta get out of here. Terry, I want you to know. Terry's just well, I'm not gonna give him this Batman, whatever. They have a little argument. Come to find out, Bruce used the fucking Lazarus piss. and fucking rejuvenate himself to a younger man to go after fucking and actually
Or
fight
he
the
basically gave
Joker.
him Ra's al Ghul shower to make himself younger.
Huh?
Oh, that would have been.
That
That's
would have been
an
fucking
that's a cool
crazy.
idea.
That would have been crazy. And now you have fucking the original Batman in this universe
that'd be
with actually Batman from Batman Beyond.
Oh, so you want to do basically do an Optimus Prime and fucking Batman Beyond, basically.
Yep.
Didn't they say something in Batman Beyond, unless I'm making this up, that he managed to destroy all the Lazarus pits? Did that happen, or am I making that up in my head?
I remember the Lazarus pits being mentioned though.
Yeah.
There's some smoke to that fire.
I feel like there was an episode where they existed and Bruce was tempted to use it.
Oh.
I feel
I feel like
so.
that.
but that might not be Batman Beyond. It might be another movie. Because there's been a lot of movies with Ra's al Ghul.
Well, no.
Batman.
There was something where Bruce actually did have to go in the Lazarus pit. There was something.
I just want to say, again, the Tim Drake scene. We actually have seen Robin in the animated Batman film Under the Red Hood. We've seen Joker murder Robin. And this is way more fucked up than that. And the only thing was the Bruce Wayne attack. I wish we'd seen the full scope of that because, and I keep going back to Mask of Phantasm, but it's so fucking good. When Joker attacks that politician, remember? Because he thinks that he was the Phantasm. Or he knows that he was fucking the chick that ends up being the Phantasm, and he stabs him with that whatever thing has the laughing gas and stuff.
Yeah.
That scene fucked me up. And I'm I wish we had gotten that, but with Bruce. That would have been really twisted.
You wanted Bruce to snap.
I wanted everyone to be pushed to the edge at this point because you already have done it with that flashback. So
At this point, wouldn't looking toward the future of DC animated movies, I can't wait to see the Batman Who Laughs on screen.
Yes,
And-
we know it's coming.
Yeah, a DC animated movie. I mean, he was the only thing really. Those darker Batman made Dark Knight's Metal worth reading, as far as I was concerned. And when he was explaining to Gordon, I think it was in the Batman Who Laughs miniseries, who he is, and he was like, "He's me, but the Joker. He's me, unhinged, without any morals, any fencing, nothing."
He has a contingency plan with chaos.
Right.
And that is so dangerous.
That's something I'd like to see just animated. This way, you don't got to worry about movies, nothing like that. Go no holds barred into the animation.
Justin and I talk all the time about how the DC animated films get it right. They're short, sweet, they're straight to the point, they have dope action, they have pretty good voice casting.
And the stories are just
Assault on Arkham,
Yeah.
there's no fucking reason. Not enough people knew about Suicide Squad and who the fuck they were for them not to just adapt that movie.
Yeah.
Live action. You got this great cast, just literally do that movie.
So real fast. The third season of Batman Beyond, episode 5, Out of the Past. Bruce actually goes into the Lazarus pit. He was basically tempted by Talia, and he goes in and he fucking loses his fucking mind and comes out, and it's he goes against fucking Terry, and eventually
Wow.
him and Terry
And
team
you
up
remember
and
that.
takes down Ra's al Ghul's mercenaries. Yeah.
Man,
I knew there was something there.
You know what? Y'all gonna come back on. We're just gonna do a Batman Beyond, like the whole series.
I just got to marathon the whole series at this point.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Let's do it.
I'm down for that.
Justin, gonna break down our rating system, man.
All right, so we rate movies by bags of popcorn, small, medium, large, and an XL for the exceptional. Now, if a movie does not deserve any popcorn, we throw it into the dog shit pile, and we pile piles and piles of dog shit at the top of it. So, we have watched Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. What say you guys?
Oh, XL, hands down. Just for the PTSD level alone. XL.
I'm going with XL.
And I forgot how good this movie was when I watched it. I'll go XL too. Yeah.
Brent?
So here's the thing. I'm saying large.
Good.
Only because in doing this review, I realized how fucking good Mask of the Phantasm is.
Alright, now I gotta go rewatch that.
But this is really good.
That's fair.
This is really good. The flashback alone is a classic Batman scene.
That is
You
fair.
cannot say you're a fucking Batman fan, especially with animated series Batman Beyond if you have not seen this movie. But again, thinking Mask of the Phantasm, the balls that movie had when it came out, like what, 96, 97?
About that.
Holy fuck. So we gotta do that movie eventually. Justin.
So I'm also gonna give it an XL. I mean, the movie is what the fucking movie is.
Yeah.
And also, on top of, like, I was watching this last night. I was tired as fuck, and I wanted to sleep so bad. And this movie, I was just like, I can't fall asleep on this movie. It's too fucking good.
Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, man, they're so
Yeah,
good.
man.
Just iconic.
We finally get Conroy as Batman and fucking Arrowverse for Crisis. I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do with this shit. And I'm praying to God that they actually make him this Bruce from Batman Beyond in Crisis. I'm really praying.
I feel like that's the only. I feel like that's why we're gonna get a Batman Beyond on the low, because if you think about the Arkham games alone are so fucking good. Like, if I'm rebooting Batman, I get carte blanche to do whatever I want. I'm gonna do something no one else has done before. People have kind of seen a young Batman already. I'm fucking do Batman Beyond a low and be like, hey, Warner Brothers, do not say shit about what I'm doing. I feel like that's why we keep inconsistencies about who the villains are. Because they're just like, yeah, this is like Riddler-esque, but it's actually a new character.
Well, I mean, at the same time, it's good because now you get to completely wipe yourself clean of all the Justice League
Yeah.
shit
Yep.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And you get to start fresh. And it's like Batman is Batman again on his
Really a
own.
brand new universe.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, even if you got fucking Val Kilmer to come back as Bruce Wayne,
How dare you?
I
How
think
dare
Daredevil
you?
loser.
How dare you?
No,
I would take him over. Well, I mean, Clooney's a really
Clooney
good
was a
actor.
great Bruce Wayne. He was a great Bruce Wayne. Batman was trash, but he was a damn good Bruce Wayne.
Wait, you talking about Clooney as Bruce Wayne?
He was a damn good Bruce Wayne.
Greg, I'm gonna need you to leave, man. I've enjoyed you for a little bit, but damn.
He was a pompous dick.
No.
What is Bruce Wayne?
He had a bet. That's actually as Batman. It was just so bad.
He,
I
he
said-
did
I said
apologize for his entire
did,
role
he
in the
did.
movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
said Bruce
he
is
said he
not
killed
Batman.
Batman. Which is not wrong.
Batman.
But it wasn't
still had
his fault.
nipples.
It was
That
Schumacher.
was Schumacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Schumacher was like, I had a lot of fun. I'm like, yeah, you did. You
Yeah,
sang.
he was fucking speeding opera.
Yeah, Chris
He
O'Donnell.
obviously had a hard on this
Chris
entire
O'Donnell
fucking
said,
movie.
making the movie, he said he recalled one scene when they were on set of Batman and Robin. He was just like looking around like, man, this is really fucking weird. Like, he knew this is going to be a shit show.
That's funny. I never knew that.
All right, for Batman Beyond, like, who would you want to play that villain? If it were to go Batman Beyond, huh?
What villain are we talking about?
No, well, I'm just saying, like,
You
Oh,
said
Tim Drake?
no, yeah. Well, no, we're talking about. I'm sorry. Let me start over. If the new Batman movie, The Batman, turns out to be Batman Beyond, they go that route. Who would you want to be the villain, or who would you want to even just be cast as the main
I'm
villain?
gonna be real simple as fuck right now. I say just if you're gonna do Batman Beyond, do Return of the Joker. Do it. Go all out.
It does meet.
I feel like they gotta
halfway.
make it up. They got built
They
to
gotta
that.
give us more.
They,
Yeah.
they're not, but they can do this and build a universe around it and give connection to the past. They can do that with this.
We just talked about how fucking amazing this film was. DC is fucking up everywhere.
I know.
Even if they threw the idea of doing the Joker Returns, everyone's going to shit on them before they can finish that sentence.
The only reason why I say it is because of Matt Reeves. The only reason why I'm saying it is because of Matt Reeves.
Because it's Matt Reeves, I think they either could do an iteration of Clayman, because he's all about that fucking CGI facial recognition shit. And if it's the future, they could probably pull it off. Or they do an iteration of the Phantasm. They can do a futuristic version of that. Or you can do the Red Hood and do two. You can do Best of Both Worlds, where you do a Red Hood-esque character that's coming back for revenge against Bruce, has ties to Bruce, but it's on par with like the technology that Terry would use, because it's essentially what Arkham Knight was.
I like the idea of the Red Hood. I will justify a Return of the Joker movie with Batman Beyond purely because I think that might be more amenable to like the Warner Brothers staff. Like we said, they can't get out of their own way. They always want to do a Batman movie that they think people are going to recognize. And for the casual fan who probably is not familiar with Batman Beyond's Rogues Gallery at all, a Return of the Joker movie would kind of maybe meet them halfway.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say it's in the future, but oh shit, he's got to deal with one of Batman's old foes.
Like
What's going on?
It's giving you a rubber band. Sorry, to control. It's giving you a rubber band for people new to the game and people who are unaware of the game with Batman Beyond to reference. Not completely, but just have some type of bearings of reference.
I agree to a certain point that there's a lot of potential, but they've been given a lot of potential in the past and have just
Very true.
But who would they get to play these classic characters then? Because now you're talking about iconic figures.
You have
so
to.
who's going to play the original Joker?
You
the
have to
original
go with Jared
Harley
Leto.
Quinn?
You have to go with a Joker that people recognize. You can't just do some
That's
random
true.
Joker.
I agree, but does Jared Leto deserve
Are you about to say Jack
be
Nicholson?
No. I was actually going to agree with you with being
Okay.
Jared Leto being the Joker, but we
He
could just
would be good,
we
but
could
they
just make
need
we
to
just
revamp
we could just
the
make
look.
Mark Hamill fucking Tim Drake and just call it a night, people.
the Love that.
Oh, that'd be fucking dope.
Love
Good night,
that.
Brooklyn. I'm done. Like,
That was fucking good.
This is, you know what it is? I feel like we're all gonna get our hearts crushed.
Yo, we are. Yeah, for sure.
Yes!
We all just built ourselves up way too high.
Yeah, we're literally casting and writing this thing, and Matt Reeves.
No, if you
Matt
want-
Reeves is listening like, oh man, they're gonna be so mad.
you want to shoot for the fucking stars right now? You already got
Michael
fucking.
Keaton and Mark Hamill. That would sell out everywhere.
You gotta get it off the bat.
Yeah.
You have, you know what? You can even fucking go for it. How's fucking Alicia Silverstone looking right now? You could fucking hold her ass up and make her
Commissioner.
fucking for the commissioner.
Yeah.
She looks too
Oh,
good
bad
though.
idea.
She looks too good though.
No,
She's almost-
she's looking like a little Elizabeth Shue-ish. She can be.
Put a fucking mustache on it.
Elizabeth
Get
Shue is
some
still
wrinkles.
way
Yeah, she's
great.
she's
She's
way
great.
too high.
But I have a 4K TV. Some scenes were not kind there.
You know
That's
what?
all I'm
Fair.
saying.
4K is okay by me. All right, I'll see that.
Dude, I mean, that'd be dope. And then
And it makes theatrical and budget sense.
You know what?
Okay,
It
you know
would make
what?
sense because in Suicide Squad, they do show a very quick glimpse of them in the original costumes.
Yes.
They did do that. And it looked
To the
good.
tune of the Alex Ross cover with them
Yes.
dancing. Yes.
well, there
You
you have
guys
it,
are
folks.
listening, right? Are you getting all this? Are you taking your notes
Wait,
down?
I just-
That's right. Matt Reeves, call us. You know you wanna.
I just think that there's one thing that I would love. I know there's no way that they can make it happen. Well, yes, that too. I'd like to make it happen, but I think that there's some way that we can get Idris Elba in Batman Beyond the movie. I think there's a way that you can work me into the movie. I think it would be great, and I think that you just as long as we can make it happen. Hey, call me. We'll make it happen today, right now. I am a man of the people. You asked for it. I'm gonna make it happen.
Thank
There
you.
it is.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Greg, how can people follow you, man?
Tell the people. Tell the people.
I am at Breaking Nerd News. As soon as we get it, you get it. That is it.
You really should also buy Black Nerd News in case it's not.
Yes, that'll be another icon. We'll do some Black Nerd News.
You're welcome.
Well, we just follow all the 15 black people that are in college.
I am Lee Quinn Art, and you can find me at Lee's Art. That's LEEZ_art.
Dope glasses, y'all. Check them out.
Barware.
Yes.
And all together, we make up Pete's Basement. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. at Pete's Basement. Very simple. New episodes come out every Thursday. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, and as soon as I get me one of these nifty ass cameras, we're gonna be live a lot more places. Episodes hit YouTube on Tuesday, guys. Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you for coming, man.
I have one thing to add. You said the Joker is pretty much the greatest villain of all time, and I want to add credence to that. If anybody out there doubts that, go and actually just read his diatribe from The Killing Joke.
Yep.
When he sits there and tells Batman how useless everything is, how everything's just a joke, and if that doesn't hit you, like in the deepest, most maniacal parts of your soul, read it again.
And that is why, to this point, besides Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger's the best Joker we've seen.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
He got that psyche, and that's why that scene in the hospital, everyone's always like, that's a really weird scene with him and Harvey Dent in the hospital. I'm like, no, because he's breaking down the bullshit around them, and that literally nothing matters except chaos.
Mm-hmm.
You can't plan ahead. It's all bullshit. You're going to end up getting fucked up anyway. And it shows also, it just takes one bad day to turn someone into him, into someone like him.
Is a ladder.
Nice done.
Just like the people follow you.
Guys, you can follow me at J Brown Did It on Twitter and Instagram. Brandon?
You can follow me on St. Louis, tripping on dubs. And
You gotta deliver it better if you're gonna do it.
Go on.
You guys can follow me at American Collins at AmericanCollins.com. Follow the show at Medium P Podcast on all social media platforms. It's Sanford at Patreon, patreon.com/Medium Popcorn. Got hundreds of hours of bonus episodes and videos at this point. Check it out. We hold you. We love you. Take you by the hand, walking down the street, and then I get hit over the head. And then Harley Quinn comes. She takes you.
Did you just get mugged? What?
Well, I got one. The audience, you get taken to a secret compound and get tortured and turn white skin.
We in the
Turn
Bronx?
that- All right, I'm done. Thank you,
Follow
everybody.
Idris Elba at Idris Elba. I'm here, and I'm ready for you.
It's over.
Peace.
That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault. Woo-hoo. Woo.